You're walking down the street and they shoot you. You constantly have to carry your gun. I ended up starting my own gang, became a gang leader.
When I got out, I didn't know where to turn to.
I was kicking it since I was 14.
I stopped caring if I got busted because I felt like no one really did care, even if it got busted or not.
There's no help out there, you know?
I got sent up for Grand Theft Auto and 211 in the second degree, strong arm. I've been here for about 12 months. Man, as soon as I get out, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get a Whopper, maybe even some barbecue. Man, I can't wait to head out and see what's up with all my homies.
My name is Joseph Sanchez. The kids call me Jojo, and I am a probation commissioner for the County of Los Angeles. I've been involved in violence and been involved in things in and out of institutions. First of all, my mom was involved in gangs, and so was my father and my entire family. I will always have the gang heart, but I no longer have a gang mentality. My mind is totally focused in helping kids to excel in life. Kids need to understand that there's a lot of opportunities out there for them.
Different youth that are finding themselves wanting to change their life, get out of a gang, can come to us or one of our participating organizations. I was a leader in the gang when I grew up. I was very involved. I was sold out, like they say, 110%.
Oh, good old Henry. Henry I've known about 15 years. I met him during the crack and Uzi killings that were plaguing Los Angeles. Henry Toscano is the chairman of the Association of Community-Based Gang Intervention Workers.
What it is a collaboration, if you will, of a number of agencies and programs that deal with gangs.
I was arrested for GTA, but I got charged for a fully loaded firearm.
My son Adam was in a car that was stolen. Under his seat was a stolen gun.
I did about 2.5 months in LP at Los Padrinos. I'm out here now on a fresh start here at the Conservation Corps. I was in a gang. I've been in a gang about 2 years now. But so far I haven't been gangbanging ever since I got here at the Conservation Corps because I've been so busy. About 70% of the classroom is a gang member. And the only reason why we all get along is because we're all on the same level, as well as everybody wanting to change. So far, the Conservation Corps it's a good start, because when I got out, I didn't know where to turn to.
Youth Bill offers the young people a second chance to succeed. What the program provides is an educational opportunity and a hands-on vocational job training program.
Darren, did you get those reports?
My name's Danny Oaxaca. I'm the director of the program. I think one of the reasons that the young people are so committed to the program is this is probably the first time that they've felt that somebody really cares about them. And then over here, of course, this room here is my pride and joy. This is where I think a lot of the learning comes. They can learn roofing, tile, electrical. Bottom line is we try to instill in the young people the fact that their attitude has to change. Because my attitude had to change. I was 12 years old, I got arrested, I went from camp to state prison. So I understand what these young people are going through. Our staff has dedicated strengths. We have a full-time staff that all she does is she's a drug counselor, because we know that the young people are coming with substance abuse problems.
I think that he really is serious about what he wants to do here. And I know he had been kind of acting that before, but he explained that.
We realize that once in a while they're gonna backslide. But we don't boot them out of the program. We know that's part of the recovery process. Joe Martinez is our teacher here at the Youth Build program. He's the overseer of the whole academic component. His goal is to get them a high school diploma.
We have individuals who have been kicked out of regular high schools. No other high school will take them. They're starting to realize that this is it for me and the first stepping stone into a new life. Victor came into us with a great attitude. He was very responsible, a very mature person. Why he was forced out of high school, I'm not really sure.
First I started missing a lot. Then I started using drugs, and that kind of got me off of school. And then once I got here, it's like everything was changing. My first impression was, I thought at first, oh, this school was quite boring. But I gave it a chance, I stuck it out, everything was a lot better. I started to get along more with all the students, with the counselor, and with Joe, the teacher. He's pretty good. The construction manager saw how I worked, he liked it. He put me to train a couple of the guys. Then after that, I started supervising everybody.
They're installing a pole here. This guy's mixing the cement. For the new bus stops? For the new bus stops.
The construction site is pretty cool. You get out there, you work, you make some money while you're out there. There's nothing wrong with that. In the 6 months I've been here, I have accomplished 3 years of credits, and it's not hard, but it's not easy. But if you put your mind to it, anything's possible.
Once we can get them on track, and, keep them on track, that's our goal. This is about a hand up, not a handout.
My name is Andrew Quinones. I'm a 28-year-old Chicano, a youth gang intervention worker and specialist in the San Gabriel Valley. I run a program called the Project Leads Youth and Family Services, where we deal with issues revolving around gangs and violence within our community. The population that I work with are youth on probation, particularly coming out of the camps. I've been doing this for about 5-6 years. We're trying to focus on more of a non-traditional way of providing services. So what we do is provide a lot of kitchen table counseling. I will go out to their homes, to the neighborhood parks, meet the kids on a sidewalk or a neighborhood bench, or even within their kitchen. We talk about the issues that they're facing, and we work on skills such as anger management, conflict resolution. This job does get very tough. Just this year, I've had 3 youth that I've been very familiar with, and I've worked with on a personal level, that have been murdered through gang violence. So this is for the scholarship, right? Justin is a young man that I started working with several months ago. He was on probation for basically carrying a weapon to school.
I ran with some bad people. I was into that gangbanging thing. I thought I had no future because I didn't have a family that really took care of me. I had my mom, but my parents were divorced at the time. After school is when I got into the most trouble. I was not a drug dealer, I was a street pharmacist. And yeah, I was like 8th grade selling marijuana because dad wouldn't give me lunch money, or taking lunch money from the kids at school. Which got me kicked out of school in 8th grade was because I was extorting the younger classmen. They expelled me for having the knife on campus. But I mean, with all the other things that I've done in my life, that was just like a small little thing to get caught for, but it helped me realize that, if this is what I'm going to be doing, this is the problems that I'm setting for myself. I went to court, and the judge put me on probation for a year. Before I got on probation, that's when I met Andy. He was more motivating me, explaining to me that there are goals out there, that everybody is here for a reason, and explaining to me that I have a purpose, and that I have something, that I'm here for something, that I can actually accomplish something.
At this point in his life, he definitely has the right attitude and the right perspective.
I stopped leaving campus. I mean, I went to school, like I just went to every class, every day, got everything done, and graduated 2 months early. And the day I graduated, I signed up for Mount San Antonio College. I never thought about going to college. It was Andy's influence that helped me realize that I should go to college, and that you could actually make more money going to college.
Our programs basically deal with stopping the violence through truces, through negotiations, through meetings, through contact with the leadership, their own leadership.
When there is a problem in the streets, We intervene in those kind of situations. My name is Brian Weaver. I grew up in the housing project here in Los Angeles. I was a member of a gang when I was 12 years old. Pretty much the gang raised me. I, strangely enough, was rescued from the gangs through drugs because I stopped gang banging and started selling drugs. I was indicted by a federal grand jury, and I ended up going to prison for a long time. When I returned, I knew that I wanted to do something positive with my life, and I started working with organizations that were in the community. I learned how to buy real estate. So I went from selling drugs to selling houses. I'm an associate of Minister Tobin, who is the director of Family Youth Services Center.
It's a safe haven, that's what we call it, and we're not going to allow the things that they do on the corner here on the properties.
Michael had come out of the same culture and environment that I had come out of, the only difference being I was red and he was blue.
Being one of the first 10 Crips here in this community, eyes have been on me for whatever reason, good or bad.
I want to say this about Michael. You know, the Crips, they have this thing where they call each other cuz, and that's a term of endearment. Well, they don't call him cuz, they call him uncle, because that's a demonstration of the respect that they have for him.
People thinking into how to solve a problem with a gun rather than getting counseled or going to talk to someone that know better, know different, that experience different. It's not much of that, and that's what we propose to offer.
When there is a problem in the streets, he can actually talk to young people who are contemplating a retaliation or an initial strike, and he can go out and talk to them and get them to listen.
Before you respond in doing something, you know, get counsel first, talk. But you can't just talk to someone on the streets and tell them to go get counsel and they say, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Well, go to one of your homies or someone that was reputable in the neighborhood that you've seen that can identify what you're going through. Talk to them and find out a purpose and reason, and that's what I stand for. Out of Brian's own pocket, he purchased this building in order that he could have a founded place where people could come and learn and receive and get the part of knowledge that they need to change. That's how people come to us, walking up and down these streets with their head down.
My name is Eugene. I'm from LA. I was born and raised here. I'm an ex-gang member from the East Side. Michael is my uncle. That's my mother's brother. I was raised up under my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to be like him. So when I got out of prison last year to see that here came this new guy, this new man, you know, a child of God, you know, it really touched me, you know what I'm saying, because of the lifestyle he had lived there once before, you know, as a gang member.
Somebody got out of line with me in my walking life, and they had to meet Trey 5'7" or 38. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I see him making a lot of change within this neighborhood, and it made me want to do different, you know what I'm saying? Help the community, you know, with the kids and all that, you know, because I said, if we can't be leaders to stand up and show them, then who will?
Most of the crime in this community is from Slauson down to Imperial. That's probably like the high crime area in the city of Los Angeles. That's our target area. We primarily respond to rumors and a lot, of course, a lot of it is more than rumors. Information that we get from people that we know who are involved in, you know, gang activity, and we respond and try to mediate and try to neutralize problems before they occur. A gang is actually a group of individuals who have come together in a covenant relationship. When you see gangsters sitting on the corner drinking, that's what they're doing. They're communing in a different sort of way. And what I discovered was the only thing that can replace a covenant is a better covenant. And that's what we offer people. We offer a better covenant. We say, come here and we'll commit to you.
Some of the programs that work with us and they're part of our network. It's like Save Our Future.
I understand how people don't have a choice. There's no help out there, you know?
Hello, Isabel. How you doing? Where's your sign? What are you placing on yours?
I put Save Our Future.
Save Our Future?
My name is Charlotte Austin Jordan. I'm the executive director and founder for Save Our Future. My husband is the co-director. We have a charter high school. We provide a high school diploma program to young adults, high school age, that have been kicked out of LA Unified School District or on probation, or they're young mothers.
What are you guys preparing for? What's happening tomorrow? Mothers on the March?
The reason for me working with this population and doing what I do, my children were murdered. 1988, I lost my daughter. She was 13. She was mistaken by some gang members, 5 gang members to be exact, and she was shot 15 times. My son later was killed. He was 26, a father of 2, and his wife is expecting. And I just felt that God had something for me to do. I wanted to work with ex-offenders or people that were in that box that we put them in, perpetrators. I wanted to work with them because so many times they go to prison or go to jail or go to camp. They do their time, but when they come out, as a society, we still hold them in that box and hold them accountable. So being that person there that they can rely on to help them get that leg up, and to me, they don't create more victims.
This is our English class.
We have 11 teachers and 5 supportive staff. Usually when we get a child in our facility, our mission is to get him off of probation, get them to understand how they're devastating their family.
Oh, so there's no more ditching, huh?
No more. Some of them have never even thought about setting goals. They don't even know about setting goals. Our mission is to get that young adult to buy into his own future.
Oh my God, look who it is. Good, how are you? My name is Juliana Wells, and I am the mentoring director here at a place called Home. We actually take high school students out of school twice a month so that they can go and meet with their mentor for 2 hours each session. So every other Thursday, for example, we take kids from Jefferson High School and Trade Tech and Hamilton and Manual Arts, and we pick them up and take them to the offices of HBO where they are matched with an employee there. It's amazing what putting a caring adult into a child's life, the changes in the way that that child can really, really make a difference. They really consider this their home. Very rarely do we get tagged. And that's because the gangs in this community, and we have a huge concentration of gangs in a 5-block area here, don't tag us because they know that we're here for them and for their brothers and for their cousins, and you know, we're part of their family.
What is your feel for it?
I feel that it's like wrong. I mean, why? I mean, we're all human. Why are we fighting each other, even though it's African American versus Hispanics? We're still human.
All of our program does is equip young people with the skills necessary to give them a greater voice in their community. What they do with that, what they take, and what they choose to express is really their own choice. This group chose gang violence, something that they know.
The gangs, they, as much as we don't want them to, they do have a lot of power over society. And as though that's unfortunate, it's really bad for us, and it's holding us down as a community.
There should be a distinct form that you follow even when you're putting the song together.
My name is Sharon Harris. I'm the director of the music department here at a place called Home. The instruments that we have bass, we have guitar, we have violin, we have piano, we have voice, we have kazoo. Brian Spain spent some time in a juvenile camp maybe about 2 years ago or so. He spent maybe about a year on probation and was just very diligent about coming into APCH and following everything he needed to do.
Yeah, when I was about 9, I came up here. My mom brought me up here, and it was like the first place I went to was like the studio. And the first thing I started on was drums, because I didn't really play piano back then, so that's how I pretty much started. And there was a lot of people that wanted to help me.
I tricked him into coming into an audition for Berklee College of Music, and he has a good chance of maybe getting a full scholarship somewhere, if he just follows through. So, getting these kids to understand the value in just following through so that they can go on and reach their goals is very important to us.
There's a lot of reasons why people join gangs, to get power or whatever.
What counts and what matters and what absolutely makes a difference is being consistent in their lives. Not only with your time, but with who you are as a person. Because they can spot a liar and a con in a second. And if you aren't real, you're not going to earn their trust, and they're never going to trust you. So that's a crucial thing that we are able to do here at a place called home.
They basically helped me find out who I am, and it changed my life.
Your potential is going to come out of you through opportunity.
My name is Ezekiel Gallegos, but they also call me Edgy. I run the leadership skills here at Breakthrough Life Training Center for Youth.
Our other question is, what are our strengths? Because for every person that has weaknesses, we have strengths.
I started training leadership, started dealing with the leadership, and the same opportunity that was given to me, I started giving to them.
My name is Jesse Sanchez, and here at Victory Life Youth Training Center, I hold a position as a mentoring and navigator teacher. I started pastoring at the age of 22 years old, and I've been pastoring now for 7 years. And I have a lot of young people that come in from my old former gang, from every different part of Coachella Valley. Adrian is fairly new in this Victory Life training. He's very active in the program. You can see that he wanted to change in his life.
I had like paraphernalia charges, just commercial burglary charges, GTA charges, joyriding charges. The judge was really thinking about giving me 4 years in YA, and my mom told the judge about this program, and through that, he decided to go out on a limb and take a chance and let me come here.
So after you find out your weakness,
Edgy, he's pretty radical. That guy, he's really powerful. He teaches you not to look back but to look forward. Being here with these men, it's kind of awesome to just see people that you would see on the streets, but now you see them serving God, and you see them just with a different outlook on life. You see them with just a peace, and there's not a lot of problems here because there's a lot of peace in this house.
Jose, he was a little gangbanger, and they call him the hamster,
Ever since my cousin started involved in gangs and stuff, he was about 15 when he got jumped in, and then I was 9 years old, and I started hanging around with him when I was 10, and I started seeing drugs and stuff, but I never got really into it until I was 11 or 12 years old. I was getting involved so much that to a point that the cops just wanted to bust me for any little dumb thing. I stopped carrying after I started getting into that drug methamphetamine. I stopped carrying if I got busted because I felt like no one really did care, even if it got busted or not. I was just getting ready to just do my time in camp until my friend's mom told me, oh yeah, she told me about this program. To tell you the truth, a couple of times that I feel in here that I feel man, this ain't gonna change me. A couple of times that I feel I wanted to leave, but I stood here because a lot of my older brothers in the home, they told me to stay, and I'm grateful. It's like any other home, do the same thing. Say we have Bible studies 2 or 3 times a day, and we're learning about computers, and so far it's been good. It's exciting actually. First I was man, this is complicated, but by day, every Monday, it got easier to me. And me and my partner Mike, and Michael B, he's amazing.
Mike's a whole different story. He came in and he was suicidal when he first walked onto these doors.
When I started using drugs, was around 9 years old, and it just really progressed really mildly from 9 to about 12 years old. And then when I hit the age of 12 or 13 years old, it got really, really crazy. So I figured, you know, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to roam the streets, so might as well die. If someone else couldn't kill me, I was going to kill myself. So that brought me to suicide. I had tried it several amounts of times. At the age of 13 is when I tried it the first time. You know, when I first got into the drugs, I tried to hang myself, which that didn't really work out. And then at the age of around 16, I tried to force myself to overdose on leave. I just took about 200 of those and, you know, took 200 pills and nothing happened. You know, I got a bad stomach ache and a really bad headache, but that's about it, you know. I was pretty mad, you know, I have cursed God and everything, you know. Just, you know, prayed and yelled at him, just like, what's your problem, man? Why won't you let me die? At the age of 17, I ran away from home. I stole my mom's credit card and, you know, took out some of her money. And then I came to my grandmother's house. She told me about Victory Life. And I just, you know, I told her, yeah, all right, come on. I'll go to the home, you know. I have no other choice. Coming to Victory Life has changed my life. It gave me a totally different outlook and perspective on life. I've made a transition into wanting to hurt people to wanting to help people. Like a brother in the home, Jose, he's really looked up to me, you know, because I'm older than him, and, you know, I teach him a lot. He said I've inspired him, so I find that pretty cool, you know. I keep him in line, he keeps me in line, you know, we watch each other's back.
An older man tell me, this is what you have to do. You get a job and buy yourself a house. You ain't gonna live with your mama all your life. And I did that, you know, and I teach them how to get the equity out of their house and buy a car. Like, you know, just do something right. So I give them vision, give them plan. I said, just always have a little open space because God always can change things around for your life.
We're also blessed to have a participation of Homies Unidos.
Without Homies Unidos, I'd probably be locked up or dead right now. I was 12 years old when I started running away. I ran away because, I didn't feel my family was showing me any love, you know? And she threatened to beat my ass for something I didn't do. So I was like, man, f this, I'm not, you know? I'm just gonna leave and I'm gonna run away. I have grown up around gangs since I was little. I was 14 when I started getting involved in the whole scene. I was kicking it, and in the beginning it was kind of cool and everything. I would stay with the homies, but I ended up homeless. It was around like 4 months, a 4-month period that I was living in the street, sleeping in the street, and I was kicking it. And one of the staff of Homies Unidos found me, and they brought me up to this office, and he told me that he could help me.
My name's Alex Sanchez, and I'm the program director of Homies Unidos. Our work is focused around gang intervention work. So we have many of the youth that have been involved in gangs coming in, trying to reestablish their lives with their families, with the community, trying to get off probation or parole.
I know there's some serious issues out there that you guys would like to talk about, and as long as you guys hold it in, nobody knows what you guys are feeling.
My experience as a young kid, being an immigrant, coming into a community where it was mostly Chicano and Korean, it was a big obstacle for me, not knowing the language. And I ended up joining gangs as part of a support system. And I ended up going to prison. I've been shot 4 times in different parts of the body, and I bring my experience to the table as an example to these kids to let them know that there is a life after being involved in gangs. I was 22 in prison when I found out that my baby's mom for my first boy was pregnant. In '94, after coming out of prison, immigration authorities got me and deported me back to my native country, which was El Salvador. Shortly after I was there, I was threatened by gangs and also threatened by the death squads that were, trying to get rid of the gangs. So I ended up coming back for 2 reasons. That my son needed me, and I needed to be there for him, but I also wanted to keep on living.
Hey, let's talk about this. This is good stuff.
Many of these individuals that we have in our office, have been in jail before, have been in prison or juvenile halls, and they know what prison is and they know what jail is, but they haven't really understand what freedom is. and how valuable it is. And we teach that. When Sheila came, she was brought by a friend of ours. He found her in the neighborhood, wandering around. We spoke to the parents and we told them, you know, we have your daughter, we want to take her over to your home, but we wanted her to feel safe.
I didn't think they were going to be able to help me, you know, because, I mean, people say they can help, but they really can't. I was using drugs. It was a big problem for me. Then again, Homies Unidos, they sent me to a rehab real far in Orange County. That didn't help me. I ran away from there and had a real bad experience, and so I stopped. Alex Sanchez did family counseling with me and my mother. At first it didn't work out at all because we could not be in the same room together. We couldn't be talking because it just ended up in a big fight.
It becomes really difficult working with parents because many times the parents don't like to admit that they are in part the cause of the problems the kids are going through.
I found out I was pregnant when I was 16 years old, and the only support I actually had was from Homies Unidos because my parents, I told her and she was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." And she was like, "Oh." You know, she didn't really care. My dad expected it. He expected it. Homies Unidos they helped us with family counseling. They kind of opened my mom's mind up a little bit, understand why I was doing some things, and make her understand why, you know, what she was doing wrong. Mom, I'm just letting you know I'm gonna be home later. Okay?
She enjoys coming to our office. Everybody in our office has had a chance to be part of her life, you know, continuously. She has all our cell phone numbers, so she calls us anytime she needs something, a ride, or take me home, or I got an issue with my mom or dad, you know, come and talk to me, take me out, take me to eat, and we do. We constantly speak to her parents, and things are changing. Now she has a beautiful son who I think that really gonna put a balance to her life where she feels now responsibility.
My name's Eric and I'm 20 years old. I got shot 5 times. I'm still recuperating. I got lucky. I grew up, you know, there's nothing but gangs, so that's what I saw every day, so I ended up becoming one. I don't want my face to be shown because I have all these tattoos in my face. Well, I got them when I was 17. At one point in time, you know, I said, you know, I don't care about nothing, so I decided to put them on, you know. I was playing with my life, that's pretty much what I was doing.
Eric's mother gave us a call when she found out about our program. She wanted to talk to me about her son. And when I spoke to him, he really came out forward and, you know, I got a safety issue. You know I qualify on your program. I have tattoos on my face, but I want to know who goes there. I want to feel safe. And I told him, don't worry, you know, don't worry. Our Epiphany Project program is a safe environment. It's where people come and talk about issues, and it's where we have instructors that are former gang members or former prisoners or drug addicts coming to do the workshops. It's a safe area. We're all here to make a change in our lives, and that's the bottom line. There's nobody here to start set tripping or arguing with somebody because they're from a rival gang. We all get along over here.
They said they were gonna help me, so when I talked to them, they said they were, you know, they don't require much stuff, you know, just to be part of the program.
Jackie, you know, did the paperwork, and he came, and then he was anxious to come back the next Wednesday, but he ended up getting shot that weekend.
Well, I was arrested. I had recently just got out, and about a week and a half when I got out, I was arrested for carrying guns and a robbery. And a week after I got out, I got shot 5 times in my leg.
Real serious. I got a call by the mother telling me that he had been in a coma, and she was really worried, you know, and then I received another call, and she told me that he had gotten out of the coma, and I say, you know what, let me go talk to him. So I went and talked to him, and he seemed so vulnerable on that bed, you know. Yes, he had tattoos all over his face, you know, and neck and arms. This was, you know, this is a guy that wants to really change his life.
Since I was 13, I was in and out of jail, and you know, and I just finally said it was enough. You know, we were just riding one day in a car, and they shot. You know, they shot up the car. They shot my friend. You know, and it's hard. You know, that's your friend. You know, and then he's bleeding to death. So it's hard to watch. You know, a friend. You know, slipping away in your hands right in front of you. Gang banging. That's what it brings you: jail, death, or getting shot. I can't go nowhere, you know, with my face like this, so that's what made me decide to take off my tattoo.
We have kids coming in that want to get tattoos taken off. They have to be tattoos that symbolizes gang, tattoos that are gang related. We take them through the Epiphany Project workshops that we do, which is a series of 10 different workshops where we focus on leadership skills, coping skills, know your rights, domestic violence, HIV and AIDS.
For today's presentation, I'll be referring to the woman as a survivor of domestic violence, but I do want to make it clear that there are men that are also victims of domestic violence and that children are also involved in that.
So we take them through these workshops. That becomes part of their commitment to getting this free tattoo treatment. It has pain. And it could take up to 5 or 6 times. In my arm, I've had 5 treatments, you know, and there's still some places that I need to go back and redo some of those.
I decided to remove my tattoos when I found out I was pregnant with him because I didn't want him growing up and asking, you know, Mommy, what's that on your hand? He doesn't understand. Then he'll eventually find out what it was about, and then he'll think, well, if my mom was, you know, involved, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that wrong, and he'd probably end up falling into the same lifestyle.
Being a, you know, gang member and being, you know, affiliated with all that, you know, it comes to a point where you don't care, you know. You just live in the style, and you don't care about nothing. You think you can die young until you come to realize that you do have hope. You could choose another lifestyle. You could live a better life. You could do anything you want. Homies Unidos is definitely a program that's been helping me out.
We don't tell our youth that come in to leave the gangs or to leave the drugs. I think they've heard that so many times by their parents, by other programs. Love your homies, love them, but you gotta learn how to love yourself first. And once you learn how to love yourself, you're gonna learn how to prioritize your life and how to start making those changes from within. I love my friends, believe me. I love them, and that's why I come back, and that's why I help them. And that's why we're here for, to help you out.
We have been able to intervene on people's behalf, gang members that want to change their life, gang members that are getting pressured into finding a new lifestyle, if you will.
There are people that can help you navigate your way through a new lifestyle by stepping out of the gang environment. We are here to help you.
When I was young, I used to sew fajitas. In junior high school, I had pencil smoking teachers.
I gangbanged all my life. My suggestion to you as a survivor in the streets of Los Angeles, you would have to plan. You would have to make a plan out in writing. So you have to set a goal and kind of get focused on a day-to-day plan.
I make music for my fans. I'm a stand-up leader, yo, I do what I can. Constantly I'm representing for the grace of my land. Satan's on the move, trying to forsake my plan. But some real go-getters, that's the way that it is. We make moves in the industry and handle our business. G.O., we G.O., G-E-T-T-E-R. Natural born hustlers, that explains what we are. Real go-getters, that's the way that it is. We make moves in the industry and handle our business. G.O., G-E-T-T-E-R. Natural born hustlers, that explains what we are. I'm from a real long line, I shoulda, coulda, woulda been. And I'll die before I live inside the hood again. My fans dead, so it's cool to visit, slide through. Say what's up, then back to moving digits. My focus on cream, player haters wasting my time. I'm not concerned that they nitpick the way that I rhyme. They want me to fail, never let it stay in my mind. I couldn't foresee it, moms used to say that I'm blind. The artist is here. Trained in the struggle, who you know gotta flow hotter, know the value of a whole dollar. I'm on a mission to win my life.